I remember after my piano lesson when I was a kid, I always go home to ask my parents, ask my siblings. They said, "Oh, would you please play with me?" I was always begging them. So in my heart, I was always hoping I can do the two pianos with somebody. I think that Chris possibly didn't know about this. I think that deeply in my heart, I was always waiting for them to grow up quickly so I can be partner with them.
I always remember doing my homework in the piano studio. I always remember being around music and listening to my mom play, and the music was always so incredibly beautiful. And I remember very distinctly going to some concerts at Carnegie Hall with some really big name artists and thinking like, actually my mom plays just as well as a lot of these people on stage here.
It's very kind of you.
You know, as I reached my mid-20s, I started to really understand as an adult the magnitude of the sacrifice that my mom had made. I mean, when she was my age, she was touring and performing all over Asia, even in the UK and Hong Kong, in Taiwan, and all of those things kind of came to a halt when she came to the United States to study for conservatory and had my brother and myself.
I was playing in Carnegie Hall about 20 years, solo recital each year. And that year, during the dinner hour, I was asking Chris, I said, "Chris, we are gonna play in Carnegie Hall for two pianos." And his eyes was this big, was asking me, "Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?"
So I think it was about 5 years ago, and I just sat down with my mom and we were talking about all the fun experiences that she had in her youth, and I asked her if she would consider working with me to go back on tour. The one thing I really always appreciate about my childhood is that my parents raised us to do lots of benefit concerts every single year, whether it was for our church or for our school or whatever. And you know, when we were talking about like how can we grow this project, it just became a very natural progression that we wanted to raise money for nonprofit organizations just as we had when I was a child. And we ended up deciding that that was going to be the path forward. So we just identified a number of organizations that we wanted to support. The first concert on since we kind of established the Two Piano Journey project was in Dallas, and we raised $800 that night, and we were so excited about it.
He was so disciplined. No matter how busy he was, he would practice before he started work, and he definitely will practice after his work. Then, after his work, he actually still will work with a nonprofit. So he was not only thinking, oh, you know, only make our event successful. He actually was changing his infrastructure of all the organization to help them to raise the funds for every single event the organization trying to do.
The project just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and we started having so much fun. And then 2020 came and COVID hit, and obviously the entire world stopped in its tracks. We couldn't do our concerts anymore, and we canceled all the events, and we had to do what we had to do to keep, you know, to stay safe and not put anyone at risk. We instead had to go virtual, and we turned our piano studio here in New Jersey into a recording studio, trying our best to support organizations who were hosting virtual fundraisers. And we're still doing all the critical work that they were doing through recordings that we were producing here. And actually the first virtual event that we were supporting was for Minds Matter San Francisco. And they had produced this virtual gala, and we recorded maybe 15 minutes of music here in our house. And it was just really exciting to see that we could still help organizations raise money through a different format. But no matter what, it's not the same. I think the energy level is not even close to what you're going to get doing a real concert in a real concert hall.
But we have such a fun time doing all this project together. And in the meantime, we really learned a great deal to become better musicians.
We're just so excited that in 2022, we're actually going to be able to return to San Francisco to play a concert for Minds Matter San Francisco, this time in person on April 2nd, 2022 at the Pearl. and we're going to be benefiting Minds Matter San Francisco, which is one of our favorite organizations that we've worked with, an organization that serves underprivileged youth from very low-income families in San Francisco and gives them a fighting chance to have the opportunities that they deserve in the higher education system. Every single program participant in the Minds Matter San Francisco program gets accepted into a 4-year accredited college or university. And we're just so excited to be out there and to perform again. And just because it's been more than 1.5 years since we've done an actual concert, my mom and I have decided to bring forward our favorite program of all time, which is the complete 2-piano works of Sergei Rachmaninoff. And we're so excited to bring this program out to San Francisco. It's just all our favorite music, one of our favorite organizations in the country to partner with in a gorgeous venue called the Pearl. And it's just going to be such a good time.